Hey, my name is Glenn Tappan. Right now I'm just volunteering with Youth for Christ up at the Freshman Learning Center in Vero. During their lunch clubs, it's been super awesome getting to know these students over the past year and hopefully the next coming year. Yeah, so the thing that actually led me to join Campus Life as a volunteer was they had kind of an onboarding event to check out the ministry and see what they do and how they impact the community. And I fell in love with it right there and got to go on campus and see how it operated, and the rest is history. So volunteering with Campus Life, what it looks like week to week is during lunch at the Freshman Learning Center, we'd have the kids come in after praying for them. We'd go through the announcements and play game with them. And then after that, we would lead them through small group questions that would get them thinking about topics like money or social media or distractions or things in their life that would hopefully relate to them. And then after that, we'd give them the Christian perspective from one of our volunteers to help them guide them on the right path and help them understand how God would want them to think about the topic at hand. Some of the ways that I've seen God actually working in the students' lives at the Freshman Learning Center, it's always a slow process because God takes his time, but getting to see these same students come back, question, and even just a little tiny breakthroughs, the little questions that kind of allow you to dig a little deeper. And so I think God opens up those opportunities. And he's definitely stirring in the hearts of these kids, little by little, breaking through their ways of thinking, their worldviews, and helping them to question and understand what he wants for their life. I think the thing that I've enjoyed most about volunteering with Campus Life, it's cliche, but just getting to see the little incremental steps these students take towards God, the little questions that they'll ask me or just ask in general, and just getting to see them come back every week, obviously hungry for the gospel in some way, hungry for truth, otherwise they wouldn't be there. And I think that's my favorite part, seeing them slowly but surely get worked on and grow closer to whether that's a decision for God or if they already know God, grow in their faith as we have some student leaders growing in their faith. I think the hardest part of volunteering with Campus Life is it's kind of the opposite problem to what I mentioned with what my favorite part is, and that's having patience to let God do his work. We don't always see the fruit of our labor. We don't always see the harvest, and sometimes we may never see it. We may just be there to plant seeds or do a little bit of gardening. So the hardest part is just trusting God that they're not our children, they're God's children, and that in his timing, not our timing, he'll bear fruit for the kingdom of God. A time when God used me in a significant way to influence a student's life, what comes to my mind is a student named Jeffrey who, though he was quiet most of the year and didn't seem to have much interest in the gospel or talking about God, but he would come every week and slowly but surely open up and eventually admitted that this was a safe place for him to talk and to ask questions. And I think that's the most important thing. And so even if there's not a major influence in the students' lives, this may be the only safe place. They may not have a place at home to talk, or their friends, it might be a joking friend group where they can never truly be serious. So it provides an awesome opportunity for these kids to really open up. And I think that's the influence that I and the other volunteers, staff have had. I think the reason anyone could consider volunteering for Youth for Christ Campus Life ministry. It's a very unique ministry. I think everybody has a longing to do ministry, whether that's in their job or in their community, but we really get on the front lines. There's very few ministries that are in the school, especially secular public schools, and that are getting the opportunity to talk to kids that may just be coming for the first time and have no interest in the gospel. And so you get a very unique window into the next generation and really get to speak life into these kids' lives, be a really good influence and picture of Christ to kids that may never see another Christian. I think my experience with Campus Life has been overall a super awesome opportunity. I have a great team. It's been amazing to work alongside them and to get to pray over these kids and the events that we do. And I'm really excited to get to work with them more and excited to see what God's going to do next year and going on to the future.